Hello fellow sim racers. Today I'm taking a look at the Chang International Circuit ASsetto Corsa track mod by Mitja Bonca. Now, this is a circuit that I've been trying to make a video about since the early summer, but for one reason or another I've not really got around to finishing it. But since the year's fast running out, I've committed myself to finishing off a bunch of video projects that stalled along the way. So the next couple of weeks are going to feature a lot of videos about mods that came out a bit earlier in the year. So stick around to find out why I forced myself to finish off this video in particular. When I review a track or a car, I try to find a narrative hook wherever I can. This is important to me because otherwise the videos would all say the same sorts of things, and honestly I'd get just as bored making them as you guys would watching. And that's where my first attempt at making this video stalled. Chang International Circuit in Buriram, Thailand is only a couple of years old. It doesn't have a lot of history to help drive the story, nor is it a particularly remarkable racing venue. It's a modern FIA Grade 1 circuit designed by he who shall not be named, and that means it has all of those things that racing fans really love. Acres of tarmac runoff, massive catch fences, and of course none of those bothersome elevation changes. So maybe you can see why I was struggling to find the hook. But to dispassionately reel off a list of Buriram Circuit's technical attributes does the place, and particularly this mod, a disservice. And certainly as far as sim racing goes, Chang International does have a lot to offer. So then, the story here is about preconceptions. Yes, the real place was designed by Lord Tilkamore, but does that really matter to us as sim racers? Well, when a mod is as well executed as this one, I don't think it does. If you're familiar with Mitja's other mod tracks, particularly Okayama, then you'll know the level of quality to expect. This is a track that looks the part and performs just as well. Technically speaking, the road surface has a really good, plausible feel that makes what is a fairly unremarkable track layout a real joy to drive. And the same goes for the visuals, which are well executed throughout. At the time of recording, this is version 0.82, meaning there's still more to come from this mod. But as things stand today, this is a very accomplished piece of work in its own right. And when you pair the track with a sensible car choice, it really comes into its own. Being a modern facility, the track is pretty wide and the corners are pretty open, so this is a playground for faster cars. High-aero single-seaters are a great match, as are pretty much any flavour of modern GT or prototype. Moving on, and it's worth mentioning the quality of the assets, both 3D and 2D, that have been included in the mod. Modern circuits tend to have a lot of complex structures and other trackside paraphernalia, and these are well represented here. But perhaps what stands out the most is the attention to detail in the advertising hoardings, which look great and really help the circuit gain a sense of place. Being a pre-version 1 build, Chang International is missing a few of the finishing touches that really do help to bring a circuit to life though, like for example, people. But I've no doubt these will be included in a later version based on Mitja's previous efforts. An often overlooked aspect of mod tracks is how well the AI performs. And I guess if you primarily race online, then that's of little importance. But for someone like me that makes copious use of the AI to make videos like this one, then it's a really important tool. The good news here is that the AI are not only impeccably behaved, but they're also fast. Neither of which are ever certain with ASsetto Corsa mod tracks. I must admit that I'm a sucker for a circuit that on the surface looks like it'll be simple to drive, but in reality is a challenge to master. And Chang International definitely fits into that category. While there's no equivalent of the Porsche Curves, Radillion or Skyline to keep your cardiologist busy, there are a fair number of technical corners that require precision and commitment, and plenty of challenging curbs to keep your attention as well. And honestly, for me, it adds some much needed variety to my circuit library, which I'm sure nobody is surprised to hear has a bit of a bias towards what you might call vintage circuits. Chang International isn't going to be everyone's cup of tea, but Mitja has done such a great job with this mod that I think this circuit deserves a place on every ASsetto Corsa player's hard drive. So, if you're interested in trying out this mod for yourself, then I've included a link to the race department download page in the video description. And if you enjoy the mod, please do consider leaving a review and or donating a few beer tokens. Well, that just about wraps up my thoughts on Chang International Circuit. In my next video, I'm going to be continuing the theme of mods that I didn't quite get around to reviewing by taking a look at the wonderful 2018 Formula 2 car from Race Sim Studio. Although, with a bit of luck, the guys at the VRC modding team may have a new track available by then that I'm really keen to take a look at. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, then it would be great if you could hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And if you think the video will be helpful for others, then please consider sharing it. As always, thank you for donating your precious free time by watching. It is very much appreciated. So all that's left to say is goodbye, thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.